Hey, it's Nika from Fabulously Creative. Welcome back to my channel. And I am so excited because it is almost time for December Daily. Well, I'm a little early. We haven't even got to Thanksgiving, but I want to get started early this year because for the past, 2 years? I don't know, last year I almost finished my album. Let me see. I did this little album last year. I almost finished because I attempted like Christmas in July. But when I did that Christmas in July, I don't know, I think I made a mess of my Christmas stash. And also I have a new collection I want to use this year. But before I do that, this is my Christmas box. And this is what happened to my stash when I tried to do Christmas in July. It's like, I don't know, I just made a mess. Everything was all organized, but I think the thing is I have too many different collections that are mixed together. I think there's Snow and Cocoa, Merry Days, a bunch of Target random stuff, and it's another crepe paper kit in here, but I don't remember the name of it. It was not Snow and something. Snow Days, I don't know. So the pieces of those are in this box. So I have that box. And then this one is not that bad. It's somewhat organized. But before I pull out the new stuff, I do need to go through this and organize it and see what I will use. I'm doing a 6x8 album this year. The goal for this year is just to finish the album. That's my only goal. And my take on December Daily, I'm gonna do it like I did last year. Like I didn't do day 1, day 2, day 3. And I like that because if I skip a day here and there, it doesn't look like the album isn't finished. But I'm going for a very photo heavy album. And my reasoning behind that, like this year, well, Christmas is all about Isaiah. So this year he's 10. He's not into all my little activities every day. Like some of them he's kind of over it. But he's also at that age where I can get some really good pictures. Like he still participates in all my pictures. So that is going to be the goal for this year. I'm not really going for activities, all the little December daily activities I usually do. So this year is going to be all about the photos. And I'm doing a 6x8 album. It's an album I'm comfortable with. And I don't have to do much. Like with that little album, it was tricky trying to get the pictures printed in all these different sizes. So with 6x8, it's easy to print albums. I can just do all 6x4 or 6x8 photos and be done. So let's get started cleaning up this mess. And I thought this would be a good video because I have a lot of people, they always ask, like, how do I mix kits? So I'm going to go through all this stuff and kind of show you how I mix kits. And I'm also a person, but I have a hard time using just a complete kit because it feels too matchy to me. I'm not a matchy person. I am also not a Christmas red and green person. I'm more of a non-traditional. I like kind of like a whimsical pastel Christmas. So for that reason, I probably would. I may not. I won't be doing like daily videos. I may show the album at the end. Oh, and I'm also doing 2 albums. I'm gonna, like the 6x8 will be kind of like the family album, and I haven't decided what size, either like a micro planner or something tiny, and I want to do like a selfie album type journal thing, and that one will be like day 1, day 2, day 3, but it will be more of a journal. So let me go to my desk so I can show you what's all in this box. And I don't know how this Christmas stuff has gotten out of hand. And I know this is not, well, I actually do have some more stuff on the shelf, but I watch a lot of craft room videos. I've seen some other people's craft rooms. So when it comes to Christmas, this is not a big stash, but I have a very tiny room and I get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed with a whole lot of stuff. So for me, this is a lot of Christmas stuff. Maybe not a lot, but just it's not organized well. So maybe once it's organized, it won't seem so out of hand. So let's see what's in these boxes. Before I pull out all of that stuff and start making a mess on my desk, well, actually my desk is already a mess. I just have everything pushed to the corner. I was doing some crafting and I haven't cleaned up. But this is the Jen Hadfield Stardust collection. It is not a Christmas collection, but it feels, it's my version of Christmas. It's not your traditional red and green. But let me show you. This is, when I saw this, these little tickets, I said I have to use these little tickets in December Daily. Like, this is just perfect for December Daily. So I'm going to show you the papers. I won't be using all of them. This one is definitely a Christmas paper. This one probably won't make it to the album. It doesn't feel Christmassy. This one, this is, to me, this is a nice Christmas paper. And this one would be good for documenting stuff for my son. It has the colors that I like, but it kind of has like a masculine tone to it. Let me see. I won't go through all these papers. I'm just showing you the ones that I would use. See this one, the Magic, the Cheers, Celebrate. And this one, this, see, to me, this is my whole, this is a Christmas color scheme for me. It kind of has that Christmas green, but it's not that red and green mixed together. I don't know what it is about that red. I do like to use red as a pop of color, but not just that red and green mixed together. Let me see. There were a few other papers in here that just... See, this is a very neutral paper, would work for anything. This one is kind of neutral, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do like this peachy, anything with that peachy color scheme. Let me see. This would also work because my son's birthday is in November. So I always end up documenting his birthday in the December Daily album. Especially since I no longer do Project Life. Let me see. There was one more. Oh, this paper. This to me feels like, it's that technique people take of the Christmas lights really close up. I think it's bokeh, something like that. But this reminds me of that, like the colorful Christmas lights and the stars. I think the paper pad had one other paper that really felt really Christmassy. And I'm not seeing it. It had a foil. This one. It's these little houses, but each house is a different color foil. Okay, so now that you see what I will be using, I'm going to dig, because the papers I've selected, I will need to add more papers to it. So it's probably some paper in that stash box. Let me see, and I'm just going to leave, I'll leave this one out on the desk so I can kind of have an idea of the color scheme. Let me see. And these are the stickers that come with the collection. So I'll leave this on my desk so I have an idea of the color scheme that I'm working with. Alright, so the first box is not that bad. It's mostly just thickers in here. And I'm not going to pull out any thickers yet because I kind of use these same thickers every year. And it's pink, gold, silver, green, same thicker. So, but let me see. See, like this type stuff, as much as I love it, I will not be using any of this this year. Like, I'm trying to keep it whimsical, but I know it's going to be a very photo heavy. And I kind of want it to, I want to mix between my whimsical style and almost, I don't want it to, like my last albums, they were perfect to say I had a toddler. Let me see. See, to me, this would go perfect to document an album with a toddler. This one, I don't know, it feels, I don't want to say grown. He's not preteen, but I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I'll keep going through this box. So this one, this box is not that bad. This one is just stickers. Let's see. And this is the, what is this? Pink Fresh Studios Deck the Halls. I don't think that goes. I don't think any of that goes. Let's see, what was this? It's cozy. I guess I'll pull that out. But see, all this, let me see, these little tiny sticker books, this, I will not be using any of this year. And I also had a bunch of Star Wars books in here. Let's see. I don't know, that may work. And I'm also in this, oh, this is all the little stuff when I did the 3x8 album. Alright, these are, let's see, these are all leftover papers from the 3x8. I think that year I did Snow and Cocoa. And I feel like I just need to de-stash a lot of this stuff. But I have about a page in each album that is not complete. So I can't really just get rid of everything till I go back and finish those last few pages. Alright, so I guess this wasn't really the box. Let me see. I think that's more pink fresh. Alright, I think this box was just all the alphas. And, oh wait, this will actually work. This is something from the Target dollar spot. I have one little glitter tag left. Did I pull this out already? Because this is Christmas, but it doesn't. See how the color scheme is kind of the same, but the undertones are different, so it won't match. I guess this wasn't the box that I made the mess. It's the other box. And I have this tray right here, and I'm just throwing anything that'll be used. I guess that's just kind of random. Alright, I feel like this would be easier. And normally my stuff is organized. I don't know why I made this mess last year. I think I had it all in the little tray. And I dumped the tray over for something else. Let me see. Does this... I guess I'll pull one of these out. Alright, so let's zoom in again. Alright, I think these are from my shop. I won't be using these in, this is like that rose gold collection. I won't be using that in this album. So it'll go back in the box for now, but it will get used in my micro. And let me see, this is the Snow and Cocoa. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so let me see, that works. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, that's what the collection was called, Snowflake. It was a crepe paper snowflake. And I had the hardest time matching things to this collection because I had a combination. Alright, I started rambling, didn't even notice the camera cut off. So this is from that Snow Days. And even though those colors are the same, the undertones, I don't know, that actually may match. Some twine. I don't know what. And I'm also, I think my memory keeping style is changing. I hate these tiny bits of piece. Not hate them, but I am slowly gravitating to like large pieces. And I think that's just because I'm no longer doing Project Life. So Project Life, I was always looking for these little tiny bits. Let me see, I'm getting... I was always looking for these little tiny bits of paper. I don't know. And they just get hard to store. The stuff that is not making the cut is getting dumped back in that box. Something I never documented. Alright, I think I'm going to stop rambling for a second and get through some of this stuff. Alright, so I am back. I got all that mess cleaned up, and this is everything that made the cut. You see, that's new, so that doesn't count. So I had these snowflakes, a few alphas, some stars. Like, it's not much out of that box that made the cut. So I have that stuff. And these are all the embellishments that I'll be using. And these are the ones that are from my shop. I just separated them out. They may not make it to this album, but I'm going to use it in like my smaller, a little micro personal album. And I have all the Snow and Cocoa stuff separated just because it's my favorite of all time collection. And it actually matches, like it matches all of this Stardust collection. It matches perfectly. I'm just on the fence of whether or not I want to use it, because I've used this in so many December dailies. I want a different look. So I'm still on the fence of whether or not any of this will get used. But I'm using all of this. And this surprisingly works. This is from this. It was a Simple Stories. It's an old Simple Stories collection, but it was a printable. But this matches. It matches in the tone of the red from that collection. Actually matches. So I may go back and print this. I think it was called Mistletoe and Kisses, or Kisses and Mistletoe. But that red matches. Like, it's not like that bright Christmas red, but it matches this. So I may use I may go back and print this. But this is all the stuff that actually worked from that big box. So I am going to finish organizing this. By next video, I guess my next task is to do foundation pages, and then like do a little, I'll come back and show you the final kit. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little, I don't know, cleanup, stash dive. I don't know what you want to call it. But let me know if you guys are doing December daily, and if you make a mess like this every year, or is this just me? Because I get so excited about Christmas. So stay tuned. Next will be foundation pages and like my final